Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
My name is Jason DeRoss.
And welcome. We are on time. I can't believe it. Pigs have flown and frozen, and hell hath whatever it wants to do. It's its choice. We are here.
We jumped over hump day, and now we figured everything out. So for the next 2 days, on time, shining.
Well, we can't say every day, right? We take it day by day, and that's how we survive. Now, we are joined by one of our dearest friends today for the pod. I'm so freaking excited. He has come in robe, and I can't wait to hear all of the things he wants to talk about. He's directed us. He's directed the main stage. He's written for Working Moms. He is just an absolute goddamn delight. Everyone, welcome Mr. Rob Baker. Yes.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh my God. Rob, it's finally we've gotten you on. Finally.
Yeah. I've been too busy to get on until now.
I want to tell you the brightness I have received when you joined our chat and you were in robe, no undershirt.
Yeah.
It's the best. And I mean that so sincerely.
I dressed up in a button-up yesterday, and it felt the worst. So you know what? I went back to a hoodie today because the content will scream yes.
Yeah. I didn't know which way to go. It was either full suit or robe.
Oh wow. We should do another one where we go.
One.
Yeah, we should do one though where we dress like so professional, and then when we all stand up at the end of the pod, none of us are wearing pants. Because that's truly how I've been doing these podcasts live. I've been wearing a blouse and then just like gross little hold.
I have a shared laundry, so I'm avoiding that as much as possible.
Oh really? Yeah, me too.
Go outside of my shared laundry. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Rob, so thank you so much for joining us. You are going to be talking to us about something I looked up and
the last day, like that they're going to be like, great, tomorrow's the day when everything is okay again.
Right.
But if it is that black and white and there's like a light switch, I think that's the day we all come in tuxedos and we'll have all the guests on as we possibly can. I'm going to stress Stacey out already. We're going to put so many people on this thing.
Yeah.
And we'll all come in tux tups.
I want tox tups.
Tox tups.
Here's why I'm so excited to have Rob on the pod today, because Jason likes to take some walks and I love just looking at Rob. Sometimes I'm going...
Yeah, we can still have our looks. We can still like have a little side glance.
Just a little side glance where Jason goes, I guess I'll just walk into the ocean, never come back. And we're like...
This is going to be a good one.
It's all flooding back for Jason.
Yep. I got to go get a drink.
Yeah. Bullying.
So what, how have you been surviving ye old quarantine?
Oh, great question.
Thank you.
What fuels me is yelling 6 feet at people outside.
Me too.
I'm ready to build a machine that like swings things, like swings a thing around me, so I have like a 6 foot radius. Yeah.
So
I've yelled 6 feet at people so many times. Oh my God.
Are you telling them to behave, or are you telling them stay away, or?
I like behave.
Hey, behave. Behave. I was walking through a park a couple days ago, and I thought, oh, I'll be the only one. And let me tell you, a lot of people playing soccer, ultimate frisbee, just like not listening. And I had half a mind to scream at them to behave.
Yeah, playing a little germ ball.
They are playing germ ball, and I can't with it. Yeah. And I feel like they're the reason that Ontario's closed down the parks. You know, we can't have nice things.
Can't have nice things.
Yeah.
People are stupid. Yeah, done that. That's been really good for me. Having a kid.
He's the best.
This ball of joy around is fantastic.
He's so lovely.
When I yelled at a jogger 6 feet and the jogger yelled at me, get a grip, which was like, I couldn't believe it. Whoa. Theo was like, yeah, Dad, maybe you should get a grip. I was like,
yeah.
He was like, too much. That must be nice now having a kid who can reasonably tell you that you're being irrational and you can't argue back to them. Like, that's my fear of having a child, is that one day they're going to be like, pump the brakes. And I'm going to go, okay. Like, they're right.
Yeah.
That's going to be, for Stacey, that's going to be day one. It's going to pop out and be like, okay, a little much yelling.
A little much yelling. That might
You
be...
got the drugs. Chill out. You're fine.
Dude, you didn't feel anything. You can't even feel your legs, girl. Pump the
How about
brakes.
for me? I'm experiencing everything for the first time right now. So like, let's chill out. Who's got it worse?
Who's got it worse?
I'm for sure getting you a onesie for the baby that says "Mommy, a little much yelling."
A little much yelling. Mommy, a little much yelling. I can't. We were talking yesterday about all the things that we're enjoying, all the like podcasts and things. And my question to both of you is, I'm also seeing people kind of like taking shots at people who are creating stuff and going live and doing streams and being like,
People are just trying their best.
what?
People are just trying their best.
I know. Mommy, too much yelling. Or much yelling, mommy. But yeah, how are you liking all the streams and stuff? I just watched Dan Gallia do his talk show last night, and I was laughing so hard on Instagram. Everyone should follow Dan Gallia. But how are you sitting on all of that?
I love it. I love like it. There are no rules now. It's like whatever makes you happy and whatever gets you through it.
Totally
is all that really matters. Really, and Dan Gallia's a star. I love his show.
He's so good.
I've always loved the DG Special Live. It's a good show.
It's so great.
And I'm also just wondering, like, because this is yesterday we were told by our mayor down here that we're now on lockdown until May, more than likely, and probably even longer. So like, yeah, so it's going to go on. So I'm also wondering, like, you know how like at the end of Fight Club, they're just like, let's get rid of everything and we'll start from the beginning. I feel like there's going to be a bit of that in art too. So it's like, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out on the other side of this, when like the sun comes up that day again, when we're like, whoa, we're back to the world. But what's the world now?
Well, that's
every script and every TV show, everything's dead now.
Everything.
Yes.
You know, you look at a script, you're like, they meet in a coffee shop. It's like, no, they don't. No one meets in a coffee shop. Yeah. There's no meeting in coffee shops.
And there's so many people writing right now. And next year, every pilot's going to be like, so we can only talk through screens, and
we're on Zoom, and everything's done on Zoom. Okay, now, it is kind of crazy, and we're all live performers, and that's my concern too. It's like, well, the thing that we loved, it's like to ask people to like congregate. It'll take a long time to build that trust again, and that's like so spooky to me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I miss being in front of an audience so much, and like that gave me everything. And as soon as it started, I was like, I knew it, because I'm like, so much of my self-worth and so much of my joy is being on stage in front of a crowd and making them howl, and that's all gone now. And all I have is an 11-year-old who tells me to get a grip.
You're the one making Theo sit down and you're doing a show for him. I've been working on this all day. Your mom helped direct. So just sit down and watch me do this. I've been finding that I'm going into weird YouTube holes. Like, I watched a lot of Architectural Digest, like going into celebrities' homes and like, and just, it's...
Is Architectural Digest just a fancy way of saying MTV Cribs?
Honestly, yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
We're getting a lot of stuff on the feed that's really fun. And Snake King, again, is we're on the same page. Nice shirt, Sriracha shirt.
Yeah, everyone's loving the robe, though. This has really taken our chat by storm. Everyone wants to be in robe, wants to purchase a robe. There's a
big shout out to Shayla, who started with rods are in the pond. So
yesterday, Jason kept saying he's got a lot of rods in the pods.
What does that mean,
shirt, baby?
Well, we had Nigel on, and this is where the crack started to really show, where basically he wasn't making any sense. And then yesterday he was barely saying any words. And then he said he's putting a lot of rods in the pods, which meant
Pond.
pond. And even then, is it rods in the pond? I don't even think that's a saying. It's irons in the fire. What's the other one?
Rods in the ponds.
Rods in the pods. Jenny Cirillo, Days
One
Gone
of these
Wild,
ponds
man.
has fish, and I'm gonna find them.
And to catch
It
you up,
feels smart. Like you could put all your rods in one pond,
right?
but
There's only
no.
so many fish in that pond.
Yeah. There's only so many fish in the pond, so you got to spread it out and make sure you don't keep all your rods in one pond.
You got to buy 100 rods.
And you got to put them in some pods, baby. Just screw the pond. Get them in the pods.
Right.
I'm sorry I went back to this.
But I'm loving
Jenny Cirillo, who's been with us since pretty much the get-go. Days Gone Wild, man.
it truly and utterly feels that way. It does. I've been you're also a really good cook, Rob. So what's the most elaborate meal you've made so far?
And realize that 2 sandwiches is listening. So you've got a harsh critic.
2 little Sammys.
Yeah. So there's 2 little sandwiches is there. So I'm not going to bring up my recipe for ribs because that takes a couple hours to get through the story of where the recipe came from. So I'll leave that behind for now. Mostly I've been making lots of salads.
Whoa, that's great.
Because salads I feel are the best for me right now. I don't know why vinegary stuff is giving me joy in life. So like pickles and like salads, like red wine vinaigrette salads are really, really good. The most elaborate meal I made a when I was like, we do one shopping a week. I don't know what you all are like.
I've shifted to that now. Yeah, one shop.
So on the day one of the shop, I bought fish, and I made like a curried like tilapia over potatoes and cauliflower that was really good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
That was my favorite. That was like I love potatoes so much.
Me too.
And they're so comforting to me, and that was number one.
My mouth is salivating at the thought of that.
Yeah.
I just started watching Allison Roman, who I really adore, and I love her so much.
Love her.
Oh, you do too? Oh, she's the best. And so I watched a bunch of her videos yesterday, and she made these. I have all these chicken thighs, and I don't know what to do with them. And she did them with like a quick pickled red onion and olives, and I'm getting into that. Jason, you'll like that.
I like that.
I wish I had a robe to go, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, yeah, killing it.
Christmas has arrived. New sound effects.
I've added some new sound effects.
I'll say this. You know what I would like? Caitlin has put out there that she's making a jalapeno chip crusted tuna casserole tonight.
Holy.
And I'm like, I'm in.
Hubba.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah.
Rob actually sent me a recipe once that I still haven't been able to do because I don't have a cast iron skillet.
This was 6 years ago.
I don't have a cast iron skillet.
A cast iron?
6 years. Well, there's no cast iron skillets now.
No, they're
Do you know that
gone.
it's still sitting in my inbox and I keep marking it as unread so it'll stay right there so I have it because I don't file things very well. But it's for do you like Pizza Hut pizza? Because Rob Baker can make Pizza Hut pizza at his house. Well, I'll send you the recipe. I've got it.
Well, I have a cast iron skillet because they're $14. It's like such an easy thing to purchase.
Yeah, and then I go to purchase it, but then I'm like, well, I could just order a pizza from Pizza Hut for $14. Okay, this tastes good.
I feel like I'm really happy that we started talking about food because it's really opened up in the chat. I don't know if you can see the chat at all, Rob, but we'll tell you it if you want to check it out. But someone says they're currently making, Courtney says she's making an Irish soda bread, an espresso chocolate banana bread.
What the heck?
And I'm fully into all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
People listening to the podcast are just going to hear us going, just the sound of us just collecting all of our spit, just like, yeah.
Pizza Hut pizza recipe is another great internet food person named J. Kenji Lopez Alt.
Whoa.
And he wrote a book called the Food Lab. And he's online and he's done a bunch of different pizza doughs that you can prepare. Some of them take like 3 or 4 days to ferment a little bit and kind of rise. This one you just do overnight. So you just like, it takes 5 minutes to pour like 3 ingredients in a bowl, let it sit overnight. and then get it into the pan and get it oily and put whatever you want on it, and it's fantastic.
What I thought you were going to say he did was he has recipes for all the fast food joints. And I was like, that's a cookbook I want. Every fast food joint, and it's like, this is how you make a Whopper, and this is how you make a Big Mac.
I'd be into
Yeah,
that.
just all the hamburgers.
Ooh.
I miss hamburgers so much.
Hamburgers are so good. I actually I'm really bummed because like now it's getting nicer out. Not bummed, but like it's getting nicer out, and now my backyard is like usable. And now I'm like, I wish I had just like preemptively bought a barbecue and lived around the barbecue for a while, so then I could push it out in my little backyard. But
and Stacey, you're right. This chat is going nuts, almost like everyone's standing around a barbecue.
This is great.
Yeah, killing it.
What I wanted to get though at is yesterday on the chat for the first time, everybody was getting a little boozy. And there was some ladies on there talking about like meeting up after, and we don't know if they knew each other prior to this.
I think
So
some
if
of
they
them
didn't,
did, yeah.
I'd love to hear like, how did your hangout go? Are we bringing people? Are we making this world a better place?
This is what I love about Jason so much is like he loves getting in on the juice, and like he is the one, you know, on I love when you're like, what's going on, ladies? We having a little meetup? We're having some bevies. Invite Jason, he'll join.
Invite the juice.
Invite the juice.
Yeah.
That's Jason's new name. Invite the juice.
I could do some homemade jalapeno poppers. Anybody in? It's my like one recipe to bring to parties. So you guys want these homemade jalapenos?
I've never had the jalapeno. I believe it's jalapeno, but we won't. I won't.
It's jalapeno. Oh my god. This shirt is getting so long.
Oh, Jason wants to do a shirt where he that people can get where it's just all the words he can't say.
This was somebody yesterday asking for that. This wasn't my want.
Right.
Just point out all my shortcomings because I have that all the time in my mind.
Malk.
Yep.
Bagel.
Yeah.
Yesterday he was
Popeyes.
rocking a printable. Kept saying
That was you that did
he kept saying
printable.
no, you said printable.
What the hell is printable?
He was saying principal, but he kept saying printable.
No,
And yet,
that's
Jason,
not true.
there's video proof.
You need to listen to this one back. I said it first, but it was like obviously like a stutter. It wasn't that I say the word principal, like printable. But then we got into Vike printable opus.
Well,
Baker, you missed some magic, obviously.
I caught Potato Dave.
oh, Potato Dave. So
Oh yeah.
some people were saying like, "Hey, could you make shirts?" And I was like, "I am not making I would happily make a shirt that says Potato Dave, but Nigel has to release Black Ron. That can't be something on our store." But Nigel said he is making a graphic, so I'm holding him to it so he can give us a Potato Dave and Black Ron D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Do you have any dumb
the
stories,
cul-de-sac
Jay?
team.
The cul-de-sac team, yeah. Do you have any dumb stories before we get into why we have brought our guest on to chat? I'm loving this look, by the way. It has evolved, Baker, in a way that I am loving.
Yesterday, so today I have a bunch, and this is what I was like.
Now,
We can play the...
to give context,
that?
okay, so Baker, yesterday we were talking about Jason's dumb stories, and we realized that the basis of all of them is pranks. He loves a prank.
Which is, again, not a truth, but okay.
Okay, so... Okay, Jason, let's get into the dumb stories.
But I will preface it as well. So yesterday, we had someone on the thing pointed out that there was a man that chased someone down the street for not turning his music down with a samurai sword, which is a great story.
Great story.
And I found it after. I was like, it's great. It's awesome. And then Stacy's like, why are the people doing better than you? And I'm like, in the last week, I've brought you pigs fart down. They burn down a farm.
A full farm.
So great. Full farm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like all these dumb stories. But so I was like, great. Well, today then we used to do a thing called like, I can't remember what it's called, but like, let's stop here or whatever. So I've got a list of stories.
Oh, and we'll
if
decide.
you like it, we'll talk about it. So I'll just read the headline and then you can say, ding, this is my stop if you want to talk about this dumb story.
So the rule is, I guess, Baker, you have to say, ding, that's my stop.
You say that like that used to be a segment we used to do,
No,
and you're
I
saying
know.
like I've just come up with this and it's a terrible.
I
idea.
know.
I remember that segment. I love
know.
that segment.
Ding, that's my
Thank you.
stop. But it's just.
And also,
go
ding,
ahead.
it's my stop already because I've been chased with a samurai sword before.
Ding, that's my stop. What?
Yeah, that's this. We just
already
pulled
dinged
into a
that
futuristic station. Let's see this.
Please.
Oh man, I was a teenager. I went to a party on the west side of Vancouver, which is everyone knows is the rich part of town.
Hell yeah.
And so we went across there and we were at a party and it's packed and it's all rich people. Everyone's really good looking. And then all of a sudden someone screams and dad has walked in the door.
Whoa.
Like dad has come home to the party and the party stops, but then he goes upstairs and we're like, oh, okay. I guess it's okay.
Cool dad.
Then he comes back down and he's got a samurai sword.
No.
And it was the scariest fucking thing. Like sorry, I'm swearing. It was
Oh, you
just
could
like,
swear.
people like jumping through windows. Like I got into the backyard and leapt like into a bush. I probably should have died first. And just like teenagers running everywhere and a middle-aged man with a samurai sword just chasing kids down West 41st.
I love this.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Whoa.
From the perspective of that guy, like he obviously wasn't expected home, which means he was out doing something nice. Something went wrong. He's like, God damn it. I guess this date's not going very well. And then he goes home and there's all these kids in his house. He's already like,
That's it. I'm getting the goddamn sword. The sword that ruined my marriage.
Calmly walks up the stairs, but in his mind, he's broken.
Yeah.
The sword that made my wife leave. Yeah, you broke him.
You ever break a samurai?
Yeah. Gina broke him. She thought Gina was the one, but she dumped him that night.
He comes home. He pulls out his ponytail from behind his collared shirt. He grabs his samurai sword and he goes, "Not today, you pieces of shit."
Yeah. Slowly undresses, puts on a robe.
Loose apartment slippers that make it tough to run.
Baker, you're one more take it easy dad from pulling out a samurai sword.
Yeah.
Theo's just at the
Get a
party
grip,
telling
Dad.
you to pump
Get a
your
grip.
brakes. Yeah, get a grip.
Yeah.
Okay,
grip this
that
thing
is
right.
amazing. Well, I'm glad that we got
All
off
right.
at that stop. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ding. That's my stop.
Great. Story number 1, Christmas lights are back. People try to brighten spirits over coronavirus, and people are throwing up Christmas lights all over the place.
Yeah, that's just a statement for me.
That's a statement. I also thought, though, that it's like,
The robe
It's
has
just-
been tied up. He hates it.
we can move past it. I just thought it was a
Please.
good Potato Dave story because it's like this guy, one of the heroes of the street is just a guy that forgot to take his Christmas lights down. He goes, oh, I used to flick the switch, I guess. And then, great. Now I'm making everyone happy.
Okay.
Then, love this. This is going to be such a good day.
Flying
a Missouri
dirty.
woman collects $3 million 18 years after her first lottery win. Nope. Okay.
Well, I have a logistical question. Like, why'd she wait?
Well, this is why I kept this story because I had a couple questions. One in the headline, if you think about it, it says first lottery win, which means she's collected a lottery win since this as well,
See,
which is kind of weird.
That reminds me of when I quit. When I worked at that bookstore and I quit and I said I would dedicate my first Oscar to them while I slammed the door, and that implied I'd have to win multiple because the first one was dedicated to them.
How many have you dedicated since then?
Oh my God. If you consider like shits in a toilet bowl as Oscars, tons.
Every time Stacey quits, she has to remember where she is in the number. I'm going to dedicate my fourth Oscar to you.
I gotta stop getting fired, babies. I got too many things.
I got to win 68 fucking Oscars right now.
I honestly realize I just have the face of someone who's been fired a bunch. Like, that's just
How
my
many times have you been fired in your life?
I have been fired maybe 3 times. Yeah.
I think I know all 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was doggy daycare.
Dog
walking, which was tough because that was such a good job. But they wanted me to be like in the front, like the flirty girl. And I was like, get me in the back with the dogs. So I got fired from that. And I did go like, I basically had to fuck you. You're getting fired. I'm getting fired. I just lit the place on fire as I left. Bookstore.
You tried to fire everybody else?
Well, they were. If I could have, oh my God. No, they fired me from the dog store. And they were like, don't worry, we're letting other people off. Like we're letting them go. I'm like, who? And then I told them as I was leaving.
Well, we can't tell you legally before we tell them. No. Who?
No, who?
I'll go tell them.
Yeah.
I'll go tell them right now.
Yeah. I think you'll name some names. And then they did. And I was like, and you're going? And you too. I guess you still got to work. I'm out of here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why did we tell her?
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Okay, we totally should have done the call her at home and say, don't come in today.
You know what? I wouldn't have gone out in such a fury if they hadn't made me work a full shift and then fired me at the end.
That's the worst. Like when you get fired on a Friday.
Totally. It's like I could have been like wasted at 9 a.m. had I known on a Thursday night. You know?
Yeah.
I can't. Okay,
Yeah.
next story.
I'd appreciate a Friday one because then it gives me.
Yeah, if they're gonna fire you on a Friday, fire you on a Friday like at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So you can still like have a bit of a day.
You're already up. Go to the
Yeah,
mall or
get some shopping
something.
done.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
your shopping done.
A Friday, and you know that everybody in there just got fired.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. That's the vibe. I remember when I got fired from the bookstore, I just was stealing everything because I was like, oh, this will be used when I'm successful at sketch. And I was like, name tag, vest. Sitting at Young and Dundas for an hour going,
You
what
were
did I just
grabbing
do?
things for your tickle truck.
Yeah, my tickle trunk. And I kept going, this for my tickle trunk, and this is for my tickle trunk. Tickle, tickle, bitch.
I don't think we could put tickle tickle bitch on a shirt, but I'd wear it.
Oh, yeah, killing it.
Tickle, tickle, bitch. Picking up your son from daycare. Hello. Oh, it's from a live stream I do with my friends. One of them wears a robe.
Many years ago, Two Little Sandwiches, Jan bought me a t-shirt quoting my favorite movie, which is The Jerk with Steve
Oh,
Martin.
love the jerk.
But it said, but on the t-shirt said, I was born a poor black child.
Oh no! Damn it.
Just hearing Jason say, damn it. Oh, damn it.
Because the problem is like this isn't the same at all. But like if this was a bunch of years ago, it means Theo would have been much younger. So you would have had to go pick him up from school or something, and worn by accident. Because I've done this where I picked up Charlie, and then in the classroom realized I shouldn't be wearing this shirt.
Oh, this tickle tickle bitch.
Well, I have a sweater that I wore because when we were writing our show, I bought the sweater because I was playing that mom, and it says "I hate you all" on it. And then I was like, "Oh well, we don't need it; it's too much." And it's just a perfect little apartment sweater. Now, how many times have I picked up food? Yesterday, did I Uber Eats ice cream? Did I have the sweater on? Yes, I
saw
hate
the
you all.
sag on stories.
Yeah, so I get it. I hate you all, but it's just a perfect sweater. I can't, and I shan't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, that made me laugh so hard. Oh, Jason, your next dumb story.
Well, to get through this one too, I'm also like, this story to me is an allegedly, although it seems to all ring true. But like, is there not like, what's the word I'm looking for? But when a certain time has passed, it's no longer
Tickle,
it's no
tickle,
longer
bitch.
available to you, right?
What?
It's when a certain time has passed, it should no longer be available to you.
Expired.
What's that
Expired.
called? I was thinking about the term when it's like, in court they're like, oh, you can't after whatever many
After
years.
7 years, the oh God damn it.
See,
Jeopardy.
I'm infecting all of you.
Double Jeopardy. What's that?
Limitations. Statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations.
There we
Yeah, like
go.
what's the statute of limitations on a lottery ticket? I thought it was like only like a year.
Okay, what is this?
This is going to be perfect for our actual podcast. When all of a sudden it's just like everything stops.
Okay.
Wonderful.
What is the story?
Anyways, great.
No story.
The next one is from Toronto. And I'm sure you guys saw this as well.
Very broadcasty. This one's
But you
from
guys saw this, right? When
Toronto.
the whatever creek it was turned completely red, like blood red.
What? I didn't read about this.
Yeah. But in Etobicoke, I can't remember the name of the creek, but the big creek there turned blood red because a factory dumped all its red ink into the water or something.
Oh my gosh.
So
Damn
like during
it.
the coronavirus, imagine going on a hike and then being like, oh God, the river's of blood.
I love how Venice gets clear waters and Ontario gets freaking blood red rivers.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the sharks in Venice. You can also see like the blood running through the cities in Toronto.
Terrible. Oh, great. No, I don't want to ding here.
That's okay. That's the whole story. This is a good one. There was an Italian priest. Now I'm gonna get that. There was an Italian priest who accidentally live streamed his mass with Facebook filters active. So.
Oh yeah.
I've only got the one screenshot right now, but he definitely has sunglasses and a weird wig on as he's giving his sermon.
I just found out that I can do that with my camera. I'm trying to set this up, but I realized I can put effects on. I was just trying to do it, but I can't. I can't find the program. Yeah, it was very
Baker's
funny.
searching for it. He's figuring it out.
Oh, we're all just trying to get the bit going. We're like, how do we get the bit? How do we get the bit? Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
Did I
I
do
love
it?
that. Yes, you
You
got
got it, Bobby. You got it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no! I'm getting. This is where like the chat is going to murder me. I'm just gonna fall over. Because now everybody's piling on. Yes, I said pleased. I'm so sorry.
That's so funny to
Oh
me.
no!
Oh my gosh, you guys.
I can't see the chat.
Oh, are you
You
watching?
have to go to the YouTube, the live stream. The YouTube live
Yeah,
stream.
I've got a different camera on. I just realized I can put wigs on myself, and I am loving it. This is can I speak to the manager wig? This is great. I don't know if you can.
So it's just your normal hair.
Oh my God. Okay. That's actually really funny. Funny enough, when I was trying to learn how to live stream, a lot of the videos were from people who did like sermons. And so I was just, as a person who's not religious in any capacity, I did find it quite funny where it was like a pastor was teaching me about technology. Anyways, what's your next story?
I'll tell you what, I'll do one more because we're also like, I want to make sure that we get to Rob's topic so we can talk about that a little.
Oh, we got time, girl.
We got time. The last one is for me today is that there was a French athlete who ran an entire marathon on his apartment balcony.
I saw that. Okay, ding, that's my stop. I'll ding here.
Yeah, please.
Did you see this, Rob?
Oh.
Did you
What's
see
that?
There was a guy who just basically didn't he run in this on the spot?
It looks like it.
Who
A
cares?
French athlete whose racing plans were foiled by the coronavirus pandemic held his own marathon on his 23-foot-long balcony.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Barcelona marathon was canceled, so he was like, fuck this, I'm still doing it. It took him 6 hours and 48 minutes.
I just imagine dating him and
That's a bad time for a
and being like,
marathon.
"Where's Dave?" Oh, he's on the balcony trying to prove a point. Like, I'd be like, "Go outside, run solo, 6 feet, go run the marathon, please."
But
His response was,
But
"There's
also,
no
like,
excuses,"
the-
and I was like, "I think I've got a few excuses." And get off the balcony. That's so annoying.
Does he run on
I
the
get that
spot
it
or
makes
does he
it
run
more
back and forth?
Yeah, what was he? Did he have a treadmill or something? What was he doing? This is Jason.
It says, I
reading.
think he was going back and forth. I think he was going back and forth, so he measured it out. So he was like, so for sure that's going to slow him down. But if you were on the news, this guy's run in the past. He's already
Oh
run.
my god.
I can't remember 36 marathons. So this is his 37th marathon.
Does he need it?
So it's like, but what I'm getting at is like, if you're going, great, this is the one that I'm gonna. He must have given it to the news. Like, it's not like somebody was just like, oh, look at that guy on his balcony. Let's cover that story.
No.
He must have sent this in.
I bet you the neighbors called the cops because they heard thudding for 12 hours.
Someone's losing his fucking mind up there.
They go up there and he goes,
One,
and he answers, he goes, "Bonjour, mes amis. I'm running a marathon." And they were like, "Well, this is the dumbest thing we've ever heard. So let's get this to the news." So,
But it also took him almost 7 hours. And and I might be wrong, but I think at 6 hours, don't they start to close down the streets or whatever in an actual marathon? Because they're like, cool, this is just like the people that are walking it essentially.
this
at
might sound
point.
crazy to hear, but I don't think the marathon he was running was regulation.
Jason, are you saying that they shut down the balcony before he was done running?
His wife was like, that's it, 6 hours.
I could
You're
also see
done.
Jason being.
No, I'm going to do this.
I could see
His
Jason being
nipples
the
are
neighbor.
bleeding. He's like, oh.
I could just see Jason being the neighbor going, "Okay, that's it. That's it. You would have been canceled now. You would have been canceled
6
now."
hours. 6 hours, Henri.
How many tables of Gatorade did he have set up?
His wife and kids have to come in and splash
his wife
him.
was very into it. Yeah.
She had to run
You
along.
can do it, baby. She
She's
gets
like,
out the bell
"Ah."
and just starts dinging, ding, 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 ding. Go, 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 go.
She's giving him those packets of peanut butter. He's just like,
Just like waiting there for 7 hours with the tinfoil blanket.
she has to run with him to catch up to his pace to just give him the drinks. And she's like, "Oh my God." That's so stupid. I love it so much.
He spent days like getting the number printed,
Drawing it
all
in.
the accoutrement. Yeah.
He made his
Keeps
wife.
fucking up. I got to get my goddamn number. Paper jam. Jesus Christ! I just want to run a marathon.
Jesus Christ! I'm just trying to get the balcony marathon on its feet.
We're out of ink. We're out of ink, Diane.
Diane has to get up at 6 a.m. at the kitchen table and like set up the check-in. She's like, "Oh my God."
Afterwards, she gets to give him a medal.
Oh yeah. A press
Except
conference.
she's like, I don't know, 6 hours and 48 minutes. Here's a participation ribbon.
Oh yeah. He goes to bed so
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah, we need the shot of the last person crossing the line of the balcony marathon. That's what this is.
It's a photo finish. Do you think she had a siren behind him? Because don't they have the sirens like the cars behind the slowest people? Okay, I have to say this is my favorite comment so far. Shauna just goes, "I love how this just keeps going." Well,
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's turned into burns on me too. Jason is the guy golfing across the street, aiming at the guy running a marathon. Although you're not wrong.
oh my God, that's so funny.
All right, Henri. Yeah, you can run a marathon on your balcony, but I've got 18 holes on my balcony, okay?
Your little mini putt. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, that's perfect. Jason.
And now they're all like, great. Everyone in the chat, Rob, so you know, they're saying, well, they're all cracking. Everybody's gone full nuts. And this is what it is. This isn't just a social experiment, our live stream, as we've slowly broken down as days go on. And this is where we're at.
I'm loving it. I wouldn't take it back for
too.
anything. So I guess we can shift gears because I don't know if we can top that amazing dump story. And I'm proud of you, Jason. I'm proud of you.
I worked hard.
Yeah, that was
I
fantastic.
mean, we didn't even get to the nursing home residents playing life-size Hungry Hippos, which is an amazing video.
What?
Whoa. What?
There's a nursing home where they've got like balls that are like, like this big or whatever, those plastic balls that you would see in like a ball pit in a Chuck E. Cheese or something. And they're all in the middle of the floor. And then there's 4 people. 4 of the ladies are in wheelchairs just outside, kitty corner from each other. And then if someone pushes them in and they've got a mop with a box on the end of it and they go whoop, whoop, and they try to collect the balls like they're a big Hungry Hippo board game. Does that make sense?
No, it
Stacey looks.
No, it tracks. I just that's like a social like director who's like I don't know.
I'm out of ideas here.
They're bored. This mop and bucket.
I also know it didn't go too well because they just show like one push in with a video, and one lady already loses her box off the end of her mop, and she's just like, like that's the clip they used. It didn't work. So
just a woman going
fully worked.
Just imagine calling my grandmother, going like, "How'd it go? Like, how's today? Oh, we played, Hungry Hippos." I'd be like,
"Oh, you got the board game?"
No, they rolled me into the middle of a circle with 4 other ladies, my friends, and gave us a mop and a bucket and told us to have at it. Linda's mop broke, but that's classic Linda. Making it all about her, She's stealing from me. So
we all lived through the Second World War, but this is what we imagined. This is what life would be.
This is the golden years.
I could tell my younger self, just struggling to survive, that one day she'd be pushed into the middle of a room to pick up a stray ball with a mop and bucket. Well, I did it. So I do want to shift gears a bit because I want to talk about Stardew Valley, which I just found out about yesterday, and now I'm obsessed. So this is like another activity if you're looking for something to do. Have you just gotten into this, Rob?
I've been into it for like 3 months now.
Whoa.
I learned about it through Kyle Dooley and Shane McLean.
Okay.
A couple of buds told me about it because I was like, I'm not a big video game guy.
Yeah.
And I used to play there's some apocalypse game I used to play, but then it started just making me sad.
Oh, is that Domination or what's it called? Not Domination or what? Yeah. Anyways, sorry. I've taken you off course. Go on.
Yeah, I forget. And I was like, I need something that's calming and like joyful and positive. And Stardew Valley is all of that. It's the best game. It's like you just get your grandpa dies, sad start.
It always
but
is.
He leaves you his
Disney
farm.
Movie. That's
every Disney movie. Yeah. Every Disney movie, the grandpa dies.
Yeah. Up.
I just watched Paddington Bear. That that's kind of similar too. Anyways, Continue on.
The grandpa specifically does not die in Up until maybe at the end. I don't remember the end.
This is Jason's mentality. He goes, well, he's kicking the bucket soon. He's gone. He's dead anyway.
In every Disney movie, though, like some parental kind of passes away to start the journey for most of them.
Yeah. Huge on orphans. Yeah. And you inherit his dumpy little farm, and you just over time you plant vegetables and fruits. You raise animals.
That's nice.
You can talk to people in the town, or even better, you can ignore the fuck out of everybody because you don't really want to talk to anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
In this game, are the other live people playing the game as well? Like, is it interactive, multiplayer?
You can, but I don't like that. I don't like talking to real people on video games. It freaks me out too much.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm a simple man.
Now, do you need a system or is it computer game?
I don't know. It might be a computer game. I played on an Xbox, but it was like $10. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's like 8-bit. It's not even fancy. There's a wizard.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. I'm moving in next to you. Whether you have it, you say it or not. Whether there's no multiplayer, I'm moving in next to you.
Come in next to me. I'm making ancient wines right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's great. I built a cellar, a wine cellar where I'm aging all my wines.
That's amazing.
It's really good. Yeah.
So
this is Baker just living his best life.
Yeah. It's really, and it's like, what's best about it? It's just calming. You can't die. You can get tired.
Nice. And so you go to sleep?
Like you go to, and sometimes you go to sleep outside and then you get robbed. So don't fall asleep outside, but you don't die. You just wake up in the hospital, and he's like, hey, be more careful, and I charge you $1,000 to
A
make
life
you feel
lesson.
better.
Oh,
So
wow.
like healthcare, it's not socialized healthcare.
there's, there's some drawbacks to it. Definitely the infrastructure. I would say the infrastructure of Stardew Valley isn't where we would want it to be.
Of course. But we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. And that's the point. Because that's the thing for me, like, I can't, like, I've been struggling to get into video games just because it's like, sometimes it's super violent. And not that I'm like, oh, violence, because, you know, I'm a yeller. But, yeah, I feel like Stardew Valley would just be like a thing where I can just like build my little community, right?
Yeah, it's just nice. You can spend the day like baking bread if you want.
Oh my, see, that's cute.
Yeah,
Speaking of,
I got a duck.
You do?
this is kind of weird, but like Courtney on our chat, her soda bread just finished. It's all done.
Great. I want to pick.
She's living Stardew Valley.
She is living Stardew Valley. She's yeah. What is soda bread? Is that like a thicker bread? What is it?
We're stumped.
We're stumped. So someone was like, it's kind of like The Sims, but 8-bit and on Xbox.
Yeah, and probably on other things as well.
How did you find it? Is this the only game that you play too?
I play a couple stupid little games on my phone, you know, like little 5-minute wasters.
Yeah.
But this is the only game I play, pretty much.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get into it. I'm wondering, I just don't have an Xbox. I'm wondering, they've got to have like at least an app on the phone. You can at least play something on the phone.
Or on your computer.
On my computer, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's like when you watch all these gamers, like I always tell, like my sister's a gamer and she's on Twitch. And I'm like, man, I wish I had that skill set. You know, get on Twitch, make $1 million trillion. Me playing Stardew Valley in like a silk blouse and a brooch. Going, okay, I'm just going to make my antique wines now. It's nice. Bringing my duck, Gregory. Can you name your duck?
Yeah, and there's like I used to name myself and my animals, but there's also a like a random name generator, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So like my duck is named like Frittata, which is like just the perfect name for a duck. Just a beautiful little duck. Quacks at me every morning.
I love I love the idea of you in Stardew Valley going, come on, Frittata, time to go to the ancient wine cellar. Frittata, please. No, but I think that's great, and you can
Are
play.
there seasons?
Oh, that's a good question. Really?
Yeah, there are 4 seasons. Yeah.
Got to put up your Christmas lights.
Yeah.
So
and
you
like
have
you
to
farm all spring and to fall, but in the winter you go mining and fishing, get a bunch of rods in the pods, you know?
That's incredible.
Can I tell you this? Soda bread is a bread popular in Ireland that requires minimal kneading and no proving.
Proofing,
Also
yeah.
no yeast.
Yeah, proofing is rising, I believe. My mom
It's a
Right. So you just
bread-
mix it and cook it.
mix it and cook it. Oh,
That's from Courtney. Yeah. And then Haley said, brick of bread is the mood of our time right now.
And then Courtney said, not a bread brick. You get rice from buttermilk. I'm learning so much. So then can you build a family in Stardew? Because this is the thing that I loved about The Sims is like you can build the family.
Yes.
Go on dates.
So like you meet people by giving them gifts, but they like some things and they don't like other things. So me and Emily were getting along great. I'd already built a room with a baby bed and everything. I'm like, I'm getting Emily. Yeah.
We're starting a family.
And I made a chocolate cake and I gave it to her because I was like, who doesn't love chocolate cake?
Exactly.
And she was like,
She doesn't.
I don't like this at all.
What's Emily's
Slit
problem?
her throat?
Jason.
Would you say?
He said,
Did you slit her throat?
Did you slit her throat? Jason DeRoss.
Different game.
It's video games, right?
Flying
That's
dirty.
what we do.
Different. Stardew Valley. You're unable to slit people's throats.
Stardew Valley is
gonna
about
evolve, man.
community.
It's gonna evolve. I'm gonna be your neighbor, and you just watch the stuff I bring into the neighborhood.
No, you stay out of Stardew Valley.
This is
I'm selling
classic.
hubcaps from my garage.
This is classic.
Dream life.
This is
That's
Jason
a
to
good
a
question
T.
though too. When I first started playing video games, I won't tell the story. But my question is, do you have in your dreams? Is this seeping into your dreams now?
Stardew? You dream in 8-bit? He's like, no, I'm a grown man with a family. I'm not really dreaming in 8-bit, probably dreaming about the world ending.
But I know like how all encompassing these things can get. Like when I first got I will tell the story. When I first got an Xbox, I started playing this game and it bends time. You realize you're like, oh my God, the first time I played, I was like 9 hours have went by. Like, what the heck is this? I'm never doing this again. But then I was newly dating my now wife.
Ooh.
And it was the first time she spent the night at my house. She slept over and she slept over at my place. And I woke up in the middle of the night screaming with her in a headlock, being like, they're after me. And as hard as I could. And somehow she stayed with me.
What were you dreaming about?
The Gears of War monsters were chasing me.
So you put your now wife in a headlock?
I had no idea. I was asleep. I was fully asleep. What I'm saying is I woke up screaming at the top of my lungs.
Right.
And it was only like a half a second or whatever. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
I like that even then she went, okay, Jason.
I know. Shayla just put, and somehow they have a kid together. So
Yeah. She was like, you know what? It's not the worst.
It's not the worst. You don't know what the worst is. I met this nice man who wanted to start a family, but he gave me a chocolate cake. Oh my God, that's the worst.
yeah.
This
I slit
guy,
his throat. Yeah.
Jason.
I'm broken.
So, would you find that? Would you recommend Stardew Valley is an addictive game? Like, is it one thing that we can just pop in for a half hour and pop out, or are you doing it and then all of a sudden you lose like 4 hours?
When I first played it, I would like lose more time, but now it's like you play a day, and it saves at the end of every day.
Oh, cool.
So you can and a day is like 20 minutes, so you can just go have a little 20-minuter.
I love that.
And it's like you pick up the crops that are ready, maybe you sell them, go visit the wizard, go convince the bear that you want to ride it, do some mining, maybe kill some demons, some 8-bit demons in the mine, and then you call it a day.
Do you have a Japanese garden in the back? I think your place could use a Japanese garden.
Japanese garden.
I have a mill.
Whoa.
Oh, mill.
Yeah, see, this tracks for you, Baker, because I feel like the robe is completely closed.
Japanese.
I have a mill.
Baker would have a mill. I feel like Baker would have you're right, the wine, the mill. He's making food. He's being self-sufficient. Jason's like getting everyone in a headlock and just building gardens that aren't going to help him. Also, Courtney's banana bread has hit the oven, y'all.
Whoa!
This whole chat, I'm very much in.
I love banana bread.
Me too. I bought some bananas. Wait. Would you like to make some more? What are you doing? Your taxes, Jason?
What's happening?
Going on over there?
I've kicked a wire and I can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
I might disappear for a second.
Oh my God, we've lost Chase. You're back. No, we can't. Now we can't hear you, Jay.
End of days. Finally, we can put Jay in his place. And
Absolutely.
He can't say nothing back.
We've been waiting to do this. For those listening to the podcast and they don't know, youtube.com/Jason McGonigal to see this madness. We will expose Jason for everything that he is.
Yeah, you throat slitting potato lover.
Oh my God, we've lost him completely. Oh my God. Jenny Cirillo just wrote, he gone. Oh yeah, he gone.
Wait, what's happening? Whoa.
Whoa. Absolutely. Rob Baker has usurped Jason at the end of this podcast.
I think it had to happen today.
Turn down your mic. This is too much.
It's just I haven't touched anything.
It sounds terrible.
Turn down your mic is the new close your mouth from Stacey McGonigal.
To give context, Jason sometimes just sits with his mouth open, and I would tell him to close his mouth. No, turn down your mic.
When?
Great, you're back to
My
normal.
memory doesn't work.
Okay, well, Rob, we're near the end of the old podcast, so I'm going to put up a little screen with your Twitter. And with the same name, or you have 3 B's for Instagram, no? Oh, this is now Jason, sorry. But we can find you. I'm going to put all your information down in the descriptor below. But where can people find you on the internet so they can follow your amazingness?
Oh, this is really great. If you're on
Are you seeing his screen?
I don't know. Oh, it's Robbie Baker.
Yeah.
Just ROBBI Baker, all one word, at both Twitter and on Instagram.
So that'll be down below. So follow Rob. He's very funny. He's very smart. And I believe you're giving us some great content on the interwebs. And you're just the dearest friend of ours. And we just adore you and love you so much. You'll have to come back because I feel like this is going to be happening for a while. So we would love for you. Yeah. Have you watched Tiger King?
I cannot believe I have not watched Tiger King yet.
Okay. So people were making fun of people for liking it on Twitter, like saying how I'm like, whatever. I want to talk about it. So please watch
Everybody
it.
Everybody likes it.
I know. It's so great. And Baker, especially for you, I feel like you're like, it's such bizarre people and bizarre circumstances. You'll be obsessed.
We're recapping it on Monday with Nigel.
Yeah, so if you want to come on
That's
Monday,
amazing.
we're going to do a massive recap. So if you want to come in and do a big old debrief, I would love to hear different people's perspectives on the whole madness that is that show.
I would love to. I would love to.
So yeah,
it's only 7 episodes long. You can get it in no problem.
I'm gonna go watch it right now.
Are you?
You better still be wearing that robe on Monday when we called you. And
yeah,
it hasn't come off.
I burned the rest of my clothes.
Thank goodness.
We'll all come in robe on Monday, and I highly suggest everyone in the chat on Monday, please be in the chat in robe as well. But yeah, so please follow Rob Baker, and we'll put all of his information in the descriptor and play Stardew. I think I'm gonna dip a toe. That sounds like the sweetest little treat. And
it's nice and calming.
Jason, is there anything else you want to say before we hit? No, you can talk. We're just ending it. It's always like a dribble out where we're like, again, if you're listening to this and you're like, what is happening? And why was there a lot of movement I couldn't see? Well, we go streaming every day at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/JasonMcGonigal. So please join us. And Jason, is there anything else you want to say before we leave?
I can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. And thanks so much, Rob, for coming on. This is so awesome.
Yeah, Rob,
it's
so nice to like catch up with pals, and you're just so wonderful and lovely.
Love you guys so much.
Love you guys too. So have a great day, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, is it gonna